The following program is a presentation from thezibbyshow.com. Welcome to Nigeria Untold with Zibby, a show about the Nigeria you never hear about, the beauty, inspiration, strength, and overall greatness of Nigeria. Telling the Nigerian story, now here's your host, Zibby.
Hey guys, I'm Zibby. Welcome to Nigeria Untold. Thank you for being here with me once again. Massive shout out to everyone who listened to the last episode, sent their feedback, of course, and shared that link. Now I have to address an email I received from a listener in the United Kingdom who's not Nigerian. Now that message wanted to know why I used the word Oyibo and if it was a derogatory word. I responded to that email in person, but I just feel like I need to address that just in case some other non-Nigerians or Nigerians as well might have a question about that term. Now, Oyibo is a phrase that has been used for a long time in Nigeria. It's basically used to describe someone who is Caucasian or white, although it can also be used to describe someone who is not exactly Caucasian, maybe an Asian, but non-Nigerian. It's not a derogatory word. It's actually a term of affection, and it's very, very polite to use it. So please don't feel any type of way about it. It's a good word, I promise. Okay, 30th day of October. A lot on the show today. If you've heard about the ancient Benin city and the Empire of Benin, October was the coronation month for the new king, also known as the Oba. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. We'll talk about a Nigerian doctor who has made some massive strides and done something really outstanding, and we'll take a trip to the UK as well, and then back to Nigeria. Of course, the ITK show, the passport quiz, and Niger 101 are going to be on here as well, so stay here and don't go anywhere because we have a lot to talk about today.
Nigeria Untold with Zibby.
Alrighty, now let's kick off the show taking a trip to the United Kingdom, where a Nigerian, Tom Ilube, has just been put on the list, at the top of the list, and listed as Britain's most influential black person. Now, this includes people from Africa, from the Caribbean, and wherever it is you come from, if you've got some black in you, if you've got some touch of Mother Africa. So, Tom Ilube has topped that list for his achievements and his work. Now, Tom Ilube is an internet security expert, and he's done amazing work as a philanthropist as well. Now, he founded the charity called African Gifted Foundation, which basically helps to transform the lives of children in Africa. He actually opened an academy called the African Science Academy, which is in Ghana, teaches science and technology, and it has students from countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Uganda, name it. Now, he has set up a lot of tech companies, one of which is worth 1.3 billion pounds. So congratulations to Tom Ilube, who made it onto number one on that list, beating out people like Mo Farah, who's the athlete, and Lenny Henry, the comedian, and even beating out Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One driver. So congratulations, Tom Ilube. Can I say, if you attended the University of Benin, shout out to you, because Tom Ilube is a graduate of the great institution, University of Benin, which was listed some years ago as one of Africa's finest universities. So congratulations, Tom Ilube, and keep up with the good work. I'm gonna take a little trip to the United States. It's like around the world in 50 seconds, where a Nigerian Dr. Oluyinka Olutoye has performed an amazing feat. Now, Dr. Olutoye, who's a pediatrician, actually removed a baby from her mother at 23 weeks when it was discovered that there was a tumor. Now, after that tumor was removed, that baby was put back in her mom, and the baby has been born again. So that was amazing. Like, reading about it, I'm thinking, wow. I had to do a lot of research. I decided to do a lot of digging up on Dr. Oluyinka, and I discovered that he had actually made history before this one, which hit the headlines, where he actually performed surgery on a baby right in that mom's womb. Okay, so that baby Garrett had a tumor mass, which was compressing his heart and his lungs, and he would have died. So Dr. Olutoye and his team got in there, performed that operation right in the mom's womb, and that baby lived. The baby's about 6.5 years old now, and doing very well. Amazing thing is, Dr. Oluyinka Olutoye is a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife in Nigeria. Graduated in 1988. So good job, sir. Thank you for saving those lives, and of course for being an inspiration to people all over the world. Nigeria, again. Can I say that? Alright, stick around, don't go anywhere. It's time for Niger 101. Roll it, stay here, and listen. Get the notepads, because it's time to take those notes. This is Niger 101. Did you know that 2 South African presidents have lived in Nigeria at different times? Yes, indeed. Presidents Nelson Mandela and Thabo Mbeki both lived in Nigeria while they tried to escape the apartheid regime in South Africa. Keep listening to Nigeria Untold for more Niger 101. Okay, so very, very interesting to know that 2 Southern African presidents had lived in Nigeria, basically trying to save their lives. I like that Nigeria over the years has always been very involved with the cause of the other African countries, trying to make sure that the other Africans are okay. I remember in the 90s, there was a lot of Nigerian occupation in certain countries with the military, because there were a lot of uprisings, citizens were unsafe, it was just crazy. And Nigerian soldiers, who at the time were regarded as the best ground troops in the world, actually had to step in to help the citizens of those countries to ensure that their lives and property were secured. So we lost a lot of Nigerian soldiers in those battles, in those wars, to, create peace. But their service, their dedication, and their sacrifices will never ever be forgotten. I really hope and wish that some of the other African nations could extend this sort of help to the country Nigeria when it faces its own turmoil, because at the end of the day, you are your brother's keeper, and I think Nigeria played a really, really big role in helping Africa to achieve what it has right now. Of course, there's still more work to be done, and it can only be done collectively, of course. All right, so let's go to the ancient city of Benin. The ancient city of Benin in Nigeria. Now, Benin City is one of, there's a pride that the people from Benin feel, and I kind of understand it, because if I'm talking about, ancient civilizations, people who had done so much that, right now we can still learn and emulate them, well, you would definitely put Benin Kingdom on the ranks of the great Egyptians, in Africa, because this was an empire that stretched so large with superior advances in architecture, in art, in trade. It was amazing. In fact, there was a structure known as the Benin Moat. The Benin Moat, which was built in, I'm trying to get the date for that. Well, it was built a very, very long time ago anyways. And Some parts of that structure still exist till today to protect the city. Now, those walls were manned by soldiers who ensured that there were no raiders or invasions coming into the city. In fact, during the slave trade era, which a lot of parts of Africa and Nigeria were affected, but Benin Kingdom was basically spared from that because they could protect themselves. They had those walls. They had very, very strong soldiers at the time. So it's amazing that these people still have a lot of their culture, a lot of their traditions existing over, 500, 600, 700 years later. Amazing, amazing stuff. In April, it was announced that the previous king had passed on, Oba Kenzwa, and plans were made for a successor. In October, his son was finally crowned as the new Oba, amidst a lot of celebration, a lot of tourism activities, people coming in to hear and see about this great kingdom of Benin City. Now, the current king of Benin, the Oba, is a diplomat who was formerly an ambassador to Norway and Angola. He went to school. He studied at the university in Wales. He's very, very well educated, and he's come back to serve his people. Now, that's the amazing thing. You can travel, you can do everything, but you should always remember that at the end of the day, your people need you. And I like that this current Oba actually has returned to take up the call and live and rule and basically abide with his own people. It's really, really beautiful. I remember, I think it was about maybe 4 years ago on TV. This is actually on a TV station in the UK. I was watching a documentary on a very popular festival in Benin called Igwe Festival. And it was so enlightening. It was so beautiful. There was a lot of culture. Let's not even get started on those coral beads, but it was really, really good to see. I learned a lot about the people. They actually have their own Church of England system, not called the Church of England, definitely, but it's something called Arosa. So it's a combination of traditional practices and Christianity, and is ruled sort of in that same structure that you have the Church of England with. So it's very enlightening to see that these people, had their own system.
Nigeria Untold with Zibby.
By the 1400s, they were trading seriously with the Germans and the Dutch and the French. However, problems started to arise when the British decided to join the trade. Now, up until that time, there had been mutual respect among both parties who had traded peacefully. But the British came in and kind of got greedy and wanted more. They actually wanted to take control of the trade, pay lower prices, show absolute disregard, and then take the land from the Benin Kingdom. Now, the Benin Oba, his chiefs, and the people were not having that and resisted. Unfortunately, this led to the decline of the empire in 1897 when the British force invaded the city. Now, of course, our Benin warriors were very, strong and well skilled and trained, but the British at the time had more advanced technology for war. I'm telling you, all these wars and battle for supremacy and colonization did not start today. So, unfortunately, Benin City was razed to the ground in that attack in 1897. A lot of innocent men, women, and children were killed. The city was burnt down, and the British soldiers stole and looted the architecture, the work, the arts from Benin City, the treasure. Now, Benin City was rich in ivory and things like that, so they stole everything. It was very devastating. Every time I'm doing research and I read about it, it gets me very emotional because, it's one thing to come in and take people and kill them and then destroying their heritage. In fact, in 2011, the Queen Edia mask, which is one of the signature pieces of Benin architecture, was put on auction. Now, a lot of Nigerians resented that, and basically there was so much uproar about it. There were a lot of protests, there were a lot of petitions. I actually did sign some petitions as well regarding that, and that sale was put on hold. However, some sources say that the sale of the mask went on but in private. So it's very sad that UNESCO has rules, the UN has rules about things like this, but people are still buying and selling stolen property in full glare of the world. It seems like there are sets of rules for others and then another set for, different people. It would be a good idea if every country that has in possession some of the Benin work and art and architecture returns them, sort of what the Egyptians are trying to do with Dr. Zoas, where a lot of the Egyptian works were returned. I mean, at the end of the day, stealing is a crime. It's a war crime to kill innocent people, and then you steal it and then you're making money off it. Come on, that's a bit too much. But I don't want to delve into that too much because the Benin Empire is so massive. It would take 2 episodes to actually cover their achievements. But, speaking about the Benin Wall, which had the ramparts and the moats, in 1974, the Guinness World Records actually named it the second largest man-made structure after the Great Wall of China. Now, that is how massive the Benin moats and walls were. It's certain areas, I've been to Benin, of course, so certain areas in Benin City, you can actually see signs that tell you, this is the moat around there and stuff like that. But the sad part is a lot of those buildings are being pulled down to make way for newer construction. So it would be something that the government should potentially look into. Okay, it's time for us to get ready and go for the Nigerian passport quiz, aka ITK quiz. ITK is a Nigerian term, which means I too know. Okay, stay here. We've got KO, who is a radio show host on Cool FM, and we'll see how well he does. Stick around and don't go anywhere. Alright, I've got KO with me here in the studio today. Hey KO.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm good. No, I'm thinking you have a lot of people who would want to see how well you do on this quiz.
Okay, yeah, hopefully.
All
There are a lot
right.
of people who want to laugh at me if I don't get the answers right, yeah.
Okay, so how do you think you're doing? Do you think you do very well, moderately well, or really badly?
Moderately well.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. I understand you're a strong fan of Mr. Trump. Okay,
I stand with him.
Okay, nice to know you stand with Mr. Trump. So let's see if you'll make Trump proud or not. So this is the way it goes. You have 5 questions. Each question is worth 10 points.
Right.
And if you get between 20 or below 20 points, you have to submit your passport for destruction. And if you get between 30, 40 points, that means, visa granted.
All right, let's do it.
No, I'm not done. If you get all 5 questions, which would be a miracle because so far no one has gotten all 5 questions. If you get all 5 questions, you actually get a diplomatic passport.
Wow.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us, what does it mean?
I don't know.
Okay, basically it means you never, ever, ever have to apply for a visa again. And you can just travel like anytime you want.
Okay.
Especially. Alright, are you ready?
Let's go.
Alright, first question. Complete the following. King Jaja of...
Can I call a friend?
This is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, KO.
Okay. King Jaja of Opobo.
Yes! Yay! Audience, come on. Cheer him on. Awesome. All right, you have 10 points. Now your second question. Who was the first Nigerian artist to win an MTV award?
That would be Two-Face Dibia.
No.
Oh my god.
That would be D'banj.
Oh.
All right, you have 10 points. Third question. According to legend, what animal did Bayajida kill? A, snake. B, lion. C, crocodile.
Wow, first of all, who is the guy who killed
Okay, Bayajida is the prince who founded the Hausa ethnicity in Nigeria.
I've never heard of him.
Okay, so you probably don't know what animal he killed.
Am I supposed to guess?
You could take a chance.
Okay, what are the animals?
Snake, crocodile, or lion?
Snake.
Yes!
All right.
Oh my god! Now this is the first time we've actually had someone guess, and it turned out that guess was right. So, Mr. Trump must...
I should get some extra points for that.
We'll
see. We'll see. All right, fourth question. Who was the first Prime Minister of Nigeria?
God. What's his name again?
I'm waiting for you to tell me. Do you want to ask the audience?
Yeah, let me ask the audience.
All right, audience. Who was the first Prime Minister of Nigeria? Put your hands up.
Yes!
Did I get a point for my last episode? You want to transfer your point to KO, or you want to keep your point for yourself?
No cheating.
Adora, so do you want to give KO your 10 points, or you want to keep it for yourself?
Okay, how much are you willing to pay?
For each.
Remember, he's a Trump supporter, so that might increase how much you want him to pay.
No, stronger together. Make Nigeria great again. Yes, I'll give it to you. Let's make Nigeria great again.
All right, okay, KO. So right now you have 3 questions right. This is your final answer. Which Nigerian writer won a Nobel Prize for literature?
I like him. Wole Soyinka.
Yes, indeed. Woo! All right, thank you, Adora. KO, you had 4 questions right out of 5. You did very, very well. Not enough. All right, thank you so much, KO, for being with us today. Congratulations, 4 out of 5, 40 out of 50. I hope your Cool FM fans enjoy listening to this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are back in Nigeria where a 12-year-old student has developed a mobile app. Now, it's not just any mobile app. This is an app that could potentially save a lot of lives. Now, Tomisin Ogunubi, 12 years old from a college here in Lagos, has developed an app called My Locator, which is at the moment available for Android. Now, this app basically can find your geographic location, view it, and then give directions. I think the best part of this app is that it has integrated within it an alert button. So in the case of an emergency, this app would call the Lagos State emergency number, giving them your location. And the best thing about this app is it is 100% free. I mean, I don't like when I want to get an app and then I see I have to pay for it. I'm thinking, I mean, of course, a lot of work did go into it, but I just don't like to pay for stuff like that. I would just find a cheaper option. Even with software, I would look for free versions of something close. But with this app, I would pay a lot of money for it because it could potentially save lives. So congratulations, Tomisin. At 12 years old, you've just developed something that is definitely going to save a lot of people. Probably even discourage some other people from committing crimes. So congratulations, Tomisin Ogunubi, on your amazing work. I hope it comes on iOS so I can get it, because I definitely want to get it. Everyone out there, get it if you can. On that note, I've got to say thank you for being here with me. I have to take a walk out of the studio right now. Or maybe take a bow. Thanks for being here with me. If you'd like to keep up with me on my socials, please do that. My Twitter handle's at ZibbyJ. On Facebook, you can search for The Zibby Show. On Instagram, it's Countess_Zibby. And finally, I have my Snapchat now. It's Countess_Zibby as well. It's Countess_Zibby as well. I would love to hear from you and let me know what you think. Don't forget to go on the website. It's www.thezibbyshow.com. It's going to be wearing a new look very soon. That's being worked on. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves. And remember, we'll make Nigeria great again. Let's rebrand Nigeria together. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Nigeria Untold with Zibby. Download and listen to new episodes every Sunday via iTunes, Spreaker, and YouTube. For all links and contact information, please visit the website www.thezibbyshow.com.